We're in Santa Barbara as Ellie. And this area has a few chapters. This first chapter purely involves infected. And fortunately, we can pretty much just run through a lot of them. But I like to stealth kill this first runner next to this knockoff U-Haul on the right. Which means that we start crouch at the very beginning just to get over to this area. And the reason being is that there's a lot of... Well, there's some supplies in here. On Grounded, I guess there's not so much, but there's probably a lot more if you're on an easier difficulty. And there's also an arrow here. Let's grab that. So the rest of this encounter, and for the rest of the infected, ideally we want to save as much ammo as possible because we have rattlers coming up, and those are really intense fights where we're basically using all of your ammo and everything. So if you can save as much ammo as possible, that's ideal, and that's why I'm going to show you effectively a run-through strat. Now, one thing that we do in speedrunning, well, first off, we don't go for that room, but what you'll see is that we effectively run through straight away right there. The problem is we have to get a well-timed dodge on a stalker. But something that's perhaps a little bit easier to do is to take out this runner here, and then we'll kind of skirt around, go to the left, okay? So when this runner turns around, the second they turn around, I go up to crouch, I hold forward all the way, spam triangle to get them, and the timing works out pretty well. Okay, so, like I say, we want to go behind this wall, but what we can do is be loud, go over here, and what we want to do is basically get the stalkers moving around, okay? We want to get them within our view, make sure that we're controlling them, try to pull them up here. We're kind of baiting them, okay? That's probably good. I'm just going to run down here. Again, we're just basically hugging the left side, and then we'll hop inside here. Oops, that was a terrible hop. They will slap you as you go inside, okay? Now, the infected can follow you in here, okay? If you kind of take that path, there's a chance that they won't follow you, but where we need to go is inside here, and we have this problem clicker right here, okay? So just be mindful of this clicker. If we just crouch, we can basically just like walk up here, we're not alerted and everything, right? Now, if you do get alerted and there's infected following you, you'll basically, this clicker will kind of follow you down and everything, and you'll have to do this section like a little bit faster. But we are now inside here where there's a bunch of loot and everything. Okay. And where we want to go is if we hop this rail, there's like a window right there, and there's a room with stalkers and everything. But we go out there and then we need to go prone under the next wall. Okay, so we'll just hop down right here and just book it, run through. You'll need to start spamming dodge, and then we go prone underneath there, and that's it for that area. There are some areas here where we can loot. I'm not sure if this police car has anything. There are some other cars around that where we can grab loot, like the back of this truck. And there's just one small section before we enter the rattlers. Yeah, the back of this truck right here normally has a med kit on Grounded. Also some pills, lovely. And then where you want to go is when you see this truck, you need to go down this hill here. You can get some fall deaths if you fall down to the wrong spot. But again, we can basically just go down. Where we need to go is, you see that UPS truck? That's where we want to go. And we don't need to kill these runners at all. We can basically just run past them. And even if we get slapped, it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes I like to get an aerial takedown by jumping because it's fun. And then I'm just going to keep spamming dodge. Oh, I got grabbed. Like I said, the health doesn't really matter. We just need to get through this area here, which is down here. Like I said, look for the UPS truck. By the way, normally I do that aerial takedown a bit earlier so I don't have a chance of getting grabbed. But there you go. That's pretty much it for this chapter.